So hello student, very good morning to all of you. So these are the points that we had learned in the last lecture, that is formulation of drugs. So in that formulation of drugs, so we had learned this different formulation that is used for the preparation of complete drug. So in that the first one is binders. So the binders, the role of this binder is it is used to convert a free flowing powder containing mixture of ingredient into the tablet, and it also provides cohesiveness to the tablet. And the examples of binders are starch paste, gelatin solution, and cellulose solution. Then the second formulation is filters. So they are used to make a powder bulky so that the tablet of acceptable size is produced. Example is calcium sulfate, calcium phosphate, lactose and cellulose, and it also helps to improve the impurity from the drugs. Then the next formulation is disintegrants. So it is used to it is used in a solid dosage form, and it helps to facilitate the disintegration of drugs into the gastrointestinal tract. And the example of disintegrants are starch, clay, cellulose, gums, and your cross-linked polymers. Then the next one is lubricants. Yeah, the role of this lubricants is it is used to enhance the flow of powder to the tablet machine, and it prevent the sticking of the tablet to the die of the tablet machine after the tablet is compressed. The example of lubricants are hydrophobic substances of stearic acid like calcium and magnesium stearate. Then next one is your coloring agent. It is used to impart color and elegance, so it can be easily identified by the patient. The example of coloring agents are FD&C, yellow tartrazine, DC red erythrocin. These are the coloring agent. And next one is flavoring agent. So the role of this flavoring agent is it is used to impart a pleasant flavor and often color to the pharmaceutical preparation. The example of flavoring agents are mannitol, lactose, and aspartame, that is called as artificial sweetener. Then the next one is a preservatives. So they are used to arrest the microbial growth and chemical degradation to produce stable dosage form. And the examples of preservative are methyl and propyl ester of para-hydroxybenzoic acid, sodium benzoate. Then antioxidant, it is used to stabilize the compound which are sensitive to oxidation. And the example of antioxidants are sodium bisulfate and vitamin C. Then the last one is your suspending agent. These are the hydrophilic colloids that form colloidal dispersion with water. The examples of suspending agents are alginic acid, sodium carboxymethyl cellulose, CMC. So, dear students, today we are going to learn different dosage form. The drug may be available in the different dosage form. So drugs are rarely administered solely as a pure chemical substances, but always are given in the formulated preparation. So dosage form is defined as dosage formulation is the form of complete pharmaceutical product which is administered and the pharmaceutical product can be marketed under many different dosage form, and the most common ones are aerosols, applications, capsule, collodions, creams, dusting powders, emulsions, enemas, gels, granules, inhalants, then pills and tablets, suppositories, patches and adhesives, then your prostyle, medicine lollipop, ear drops, eye drops, syrup, tincture. So we'll see one by one. That is aerosols. So aerosols are suspension of fine solid or a liquid particle in a gas. So aerosols are nothing but they are suspension of fine solid or a liquid particle in a gas, and it is used to apply drugs to respiratory tract. Example is spray used in asthma. Aerosols can be natural or anthropogenic. An example of anthropogenic aerosols are particulate air pollutants and smoke, and the example of natural aerosols are fog, mist, dust, forest exudates, and geyser steam. So the example of aerosol is one, that is natural and anthropogenic. So these aerosols are suspension of fine solid or a liquid particulates in a gas and used to apply drugs to respiratory tract. Example is spray used in asthma. The next dosage form is application. So the applications are fluid or a semi-fluid preparation intended for application to skin. So application are semi-fluid or a fluid preparation and used for application to skin. Liniments. This liniments is fluid or a semi-fluid or occasionally semi-solid preparation intended for application to skin. They may be alcoholic or oily solution or emulsion. So this is all about applications. Application are fluid or a semi-fluid preparation intended for application to skin. Laminates Linimate is fluid or a semi-fluid preparation intended to application to skin. Next one is our capsule. Next dosage form is capsule. So they are made up of gelatin or gelatin mixed with glycerol. So the capsule are made up of gelatin or gelatin mixed with glycerol. They are used in a unpleasant medicaments, for example antibiotics. So the capsules are used in a unpleasant medicaments, for example capsules are a common form of dosage for oral administration of pharmaceutical and nutraceutical nutraceutical products. We are using this capsule in a oral route of administration. So they are produced in a various shapes, size and materials. Each capsule generally containing single dose of active ingredient. So these capsules are available in various shapes, size and materials. Each capsule containing a single dose of active ingredients. So the capsule are made up of gelatin or gelatin mixed with glycerol, and they are used in unpleasant medicaments, for example antibiotics, and they are produced in a various shapes, size and materials, and capsule are generally a single dose of active ingredient. This is all about capsule. Then next dosage form is collodions. So these collodions are the fluid preparation containing volatile solvent and used for external application. It is a solution of nitrocellulose in ether or a acetone. So the volatile solvent may be ether or acetone. As the solvent evaporates, it dries to a celluloid like a film. Once your solvent evaporates, that is ether or acetone, it dries to a celluloid like a film. A protective film covers the site of application, for example anti-inflammatory application. So the anti-inflammatory application or the drug having it form the protective film, or it covers that inflammation by generating protective film on that inflammation or the site of application. So this is all about collodions. So they are fluid or semi-fluid containing volatile solvent and are used for external application. An example is nitrocellulose, that the solvent used for nitrocellulose is ether or acetone. As the solvent evaporates, it dries to a celluloid like a film. Then next one is creams. So creams again, it is one of the dosage form. So cream is a preparation used for application to skin. Creams are semi-solid emulsion of oil and water. So creams are nothing but the semi-solid emulsion of oil and water. Creams are used in the form of jellies, lotion, ointments, paste, and these all are used for external application. So the creams are the preparation used for external application or the application to skin. Creams are semi-solid emulsion of oil and water. They are used in the form of jellies, lotion, ointments and paste, and used for external application. So this is all about creams. Then your dusting powder. So they are fine powder for external use. So the dusting powder, these are nothing but the fine and free flowing powder for external use. For example, Closip, and these are Closip, and this the candy dusting powder. Medicated dusting powder is may be applied either to intact skin or open wounds and mucous membrane. So we are using this dusting powder on an intact skin or a open wounds and mucous membrane. So this dusting powder contains free flowing powder of very fine powders. It's not a powder, it's a powder for external use. Then the next one is drops. Again, one of the dosage form. So these are the solution of drugs to be instilled into ear, eyes, and nose respectively through the dropper. So these are the solution of drug to be instilled into ear, eyes, and nose respectively through the dropper. Eardrops. Eardrops are the form of medicine used to treat or prevent ear infection, especially infection of outer ear and canal ear. And the eye drops are the saline containing drops used as a vehicle to administer medication into the eyes. So in ear drops, eye drops eye drops contain saline, and we are using that drop as a vehicle to administer a medication into the eyes. So this is all about drops. Drops are the nothing but the solution of drugs to be instilled into ear, eyes, and nose respectively through the dropper. And the next dosage form is emulsions. So oil is dispersed in a flavored water in presence of emulsifying agent like carbohydrates and proteins are act as a emulsifying agents. So oil dispersed in a flavored water in presence of emulsifying agent is called as emulsion. Emulsion is a mixture of two or more liquids that are normally immiscible. So emulsion is nothing but it is a mixture of two or more liquids that are normally immiscible. So the example of medication that contain emulsion, that is Duolax, Claviprex. So these are the examples of medication that contain emulsion. Next dosage form is enemas. So they are used as a suspension intended for rectal application. Suspension they contain, or they are suspension intended for rectal administration. An enema is also known as cluster. It is also known as cluster. It is an injection of fluid into lower bowel by way of the rectum. So it is used for rectal application. That is enemas. Then the next dosage form is gels. So the gels are they are aqueous colloidal suspension. They are aqueous colloidal suspension of hydrated form of insoluble medicaments. Example: aluminum trihydroxide, Digene gel used against acidity. So they are aqueous colloidal suspension of hydrated form of insoluble medicaments. Example: aluminum trihydroxide gel used against acidity. A gel is a semi-solid that can have properties ranging from soft, soft and weak, or and hard to tough. So the gel is a semi-solid that can have properties ranging from weak to hard, soft to weak, and hard to tough. Examples of gels are Digene and this cool gel. This is used for topical cooling and used for acidity, that is Digene. This Digene used against acidity. It is an antacid drug, and this is your cool gel, topical cooling gel. And next dosage form is granules. These granules are very useful for making solid drugs. The granules are very useful for making solid drugs. They are also used inside the capsule. So these granules are also used inside the capsules. They are small irregular particles often supplied in a single dose sachets, the content of which are stirred in water before taking it. For example, inosalt. So the inosalt contains small irregular particles often supplied in a single dose or a sachet, and the content of which are stirred before taking it. Example, inosalt. And arsenic album 30, so that also contain granules. We are using that arsenic album 30 to prevent from COVID-19 infection, COVID-19 viral infection. So the granules are very useful for making solid dosage form. They are also used inside the capsules. They are small irregular particles often supplied in a single dose sachet, and the content of which are stirred in water before taking it. Example is inosalt. And inhalants. Inhalants are solution, suspension, or emulsion of a drug in a mixture of inert propellants held under pressure in a aerosols dispenser. So inhalants are the solution, suspension, or emulsion of a drug in a mixture of inert propellants held under pressure in a aerosols dispenser, that is called as inhalants. They contain volatile liquid preparation used to relieve congestion of and inflammation of respiratory tract. So inhalants contain liquid preparation used to relieve congestion and inflammation of respiratory tract. For example, spray used in asthma, for the treatment of asthma, and you are using this inhaler in when you have cough or sneeze, that time you are using this inhaler through the nose. Then inhalants INH are used to treat lung diseases. They also used to treat the lung diseases. So this is all about inhalants. So inhalants are the solution, suspension, or emulsion of a drug in a mixture of inert propellant held under pressure in a aerosol dispenser. Then the next dosage form is pills and tablets. So these are the images of pills and tablets. So they are solid dosage form taken through oral route or a mouth cavity. Tablets may be defined as the solid unit dosage form of medicament and medicaments with suitable excipients. Pills may be defined as a small round solid pharmaceutical oral dosage form of medication. The pills are defined as small round solid pharmaceutical oral dosage form of medication. So the pills are solid dosage form swallowed through the oral route. These are the images of pills and tablets we are taking by oral route. Then the next dosage form is suppositories. So they are conical or a oval solid preparation of glycerol and wax for insertion into the rectum, where they melt, dissolve, and disappear to exert local or systemic effect. So suppositories, these are the conical or a oval solid preparation of a glycerol and wax for insertion into the rectum, where they melt, dissolve, and disappear to exert a local systemic systemic effect is about suppositories. Then patches. So a specific dose of medicine can be delivered through skin into the bloodstream using transdermal patch. So specific dose of medicine can be delivered through the skin into bloodstream using a transdermal patch. It is a medicated adhesive patch placed on the skin like this. It is placed on the skin and it provides controlled release of the medication. So these patches and adhesive provide the controlled release of the drug, and the drug can be delivered through the skin into the bloodstream using transdermal patch. And the example of patches and adhesives are scopolamine patches for motion sickness and nitroglycerin patches for treatment of